Hello everyone. I have a neat little product I'd want to show everyone. If you have a hard time finding casting resins and stuff like that in your area, but you have a Home Depot or Lowe's, you can actually use a fiberglass resin and a Bondo Putty for making a type of a resin mold. And that's what this is right here. There is slight shrinkage, so it's a little tad smaller, but I think that it's still just fine for those people that want to make good ears for sculpting pointed ears on. So we're going to start. And what you do is you're going to mix these two. Now when you mix these, you're going to use their catalysts. If you mix this and this together, you're going to use both catalysts. The catalyst for the putty and the catalyst for this fiberglass resin. So let's begin. All right, first thing we're going to do is prep our mold. I have a tiny little piece of, as you can see here, it rips through a little bit here when I cut this little angle in it for my keys. So you see a little bit of plaster sticking out. I don't want the resin to stick to that, so I'm taking some Vaseline. I'm going to just kind of go over that little area, and I'll even coat this little bit right here too, just to kind of protect that area so it doesn't stick. All right, first of all, what I like to do is I like to pour this resin stuff in first. And the reason is because this is the runny one. So your goal is to mix these together. I never do 50-50. I just mix this putty into this resin till I get a consistency that I like. So that's our goal right now. It's just like Bondo, and I don't know the difference between the two, with this one or Bondo, but I just go ahead and I drop it in, just like this. I don't weigh it. If you read the side of it, it'll explain how much of everything to use. I've just done it enough where I know how much to add. And so now you mix it together. And if it's too thick for your needs, then you add more of this resin. Okay? So right now I'm just mixing it together, and I'm going to mix it really well. I'm going to scrape the edges, and make sure that it gets down at the bottom. And as you can see, it's pretty runny still, which is really nice. I had problems in the past. If you don't put enough catalyst in it, it warps your mold, which you'll see right here in this picture how somehow it just it set so slow that it just created a real problem with the. So after I mix it really thoroughly, now I'm going to add the catalyst to it. This is the catalyst for the fiberglass, and this cream is the hardener, or this cream is a catalyst for the Bondo. And I just put them in together. You kind of got to judge how much you're using by the instructions on it. And now mix it in really well. And remember, this stuff is strong, so if you're going to be mixing it indoors, make sure you got a lot of ventilation. I don't recommend mixing it in your house because it does have a lingering odor. It's fiberglass resin. And now I'm going to pour it into this mold. And it's just like pouring anything else. You don't want to pour it directly on top. You want to pour it off to the side and let it run in easy. And as it runs in, just you can do stuff to shake it up a little bit and just to make sure it gets all the air bubbles out. Okay, I poured the exact amount I need, which was a good guess. I see that my mold is a little crooked. It's actually overflowing a little over here than here. So I'm just going to take something to adjust the mold so it will balance out. Okay, now I'm going to let it sit for probably 3-4 hours, and I'll check it just to see. I don't know how long the hardener will take. It's always different depending on how much catalyst you put in it. It also depends on humidity, temperature, so all those play a factor in the setting time. And then I'll come back and check it and see how it's going. All right, it's set. It does get really hot when it's curing, so be careful when touching it. You can see a little bit of a gap here. That's how much it shrinks. Not that much at all. That's why I still think it's a really good product to use for ears. So we'll take it out and we'll look at it. There you go. That looks gorgeous. Now I have both sides for elf ears on. I'll take it onto my belt sander to get rid of these edges so it looks nice and smooth like this one is. I just grinded it down. So now it's nice smooth. I got a nice set here to sculpt elf ears on.